Hi guys! So, I was browsing in Amazon for some new reading material. I just finished Animal Farm and 1984 by George Orwell. I mean, if you haven't read it, even if you read it a long time ago, do yourself a favor, pick it up reading again. It's just, with everything going on, you'll just have many aha moments, and it's actually quite scary and quite brilliant too. Anyway, so there were book recommendations for me from Amazon, and I noticed one was Ann Coulter, and I shot a video of it because this is not Ann Coulter's book in any way, but it's called Adios America, and it says Coulter in big names, and it's got some man who's all tatted up. I guess he's supposed to look like a Mexican or something. And yeah, so I was like, but here's the thing. I am a self-published author on Amazon, so I know exactly the way this works. They have a very, very strict policy where you cannot use a similar person's name, especially if they're a popular author. There are some people that skate through it, and if you remember a couple years ago, Nora Roberts had this happen to her, even though the book said this is not a Nora Roberts book, okay? It said that. This book, and Amazon shut that down. This book was published on July 19th. It is now the 25th. Selling for $7.99, but here's the thing. The difference between that Nora Roberts book that everybody was so up in arms about, it had said clearly the cover was nothing like Nora Roberts, and it said this is not a Nora Roberts book. And it was N.A. Roberts or Nora A. Roberts or something like that. So this has everything listed as if it's the actual Ann Coulter book. So from the description to editorial reviews and even reviews, I think, of the book itself, like her actual book. So Amazon Publishing, the KDP, which was who this was published through, I believe, which is Amazon's own like publishing house, they do, before a book goes live, they will scan the manuscript, and if there's similar writing or anything similar to another author, like these editorial reviews, I don't even know how they were posted on this account because it's blatantly like copied. So I'm sure, and I know Ann Coulter had left, I don't know if it was Ann Coulter, but she left, somebody named Ann Coulter said she was the author and left a 1-star review and warned, this is not my book. So I'm just I'm not amazed, actually, because if you'll recall, I was in an uproar in the spring because my reviews were disappearing. And they were my reviews for conservative books, The 10 Commandments of Propaganda by Brian Patrick. I hope I'm saying his name right. And I had left a review of a philosophy book that was very biased and very pro-Marx and Kant. So that review got erased, which was a 1-star review, and I just happened to catch it. So I don't know when these reviews were erased, why they were erased, but I was outraged because I really felt conservative voices were being shut down. So I'm a member of the Amazon Vine. I'm surprised they keep me around, actually. And there was recently a thing with the Amazon Vine where that's where you get to free stuff, but you have to review it and give an honest opinion, which I do always give an honest opinion, unlike some people, but that's a different story. Anyway, so recently they just had a thing where now they're taxing you on your gifts, and so a lot of people were outraged about that, and it's funny because these are the people who are the biggest proponents of liberal agenda. So I just thought that, you know, they were the first to say, oh no, the government is not targeting conservatives in any way, but now suddenly that they're on the other end of IRS and have a potential of maybe being looked at. Now they're all, oh my God, the government. Hey, welcome to what's been happening for the last 7 years, right, people? So anyway, I just want to make people aware of it, that I believe this had to come from inside Amazon. I'm not saying Amazon is conspiring against Ann Coulter, but I have a feeling that somebody is working on the inside who maybe allowed this to go through or had something to do with it, because there's just a lot of weird, hanky things going on in regards to conservatives. But I don't think it's all the company. I just think there's some people working inside who are pushing through their agenda, maybe. So, yeah, so please be aware that there are 2 books and one is a fake. So that's it. Remember, excuses won't, Moxie will, and buy something that will change your life by Moxie Will. All right. So I was browsing Amazon today, and Ann Coulter's book came up as a recommendation to me. It is 7/25, 2015, almost 6 o'clock. And when this book came up, Adios America, and it says by Ann Coulter, author, 481 reviews. However, I know that that's not actually, and it's selling for $7.99. I know that that's not actually her book. I know that that is Adios America, the real book, the real Ann Coulter book. Right there, Mark Levin, love Mark Levin. So then I thought, well, I mean, maybe it's somebody pretending to have her name, which people do frequently. But usually when they do that, they will often say, like, I think there's a James Patterson or a J. Patterson, and they'll say this is not affiliated with James Patterson. However, this has posted editorial reviews that are actual reviews for Ann Coulter's real book. This is the same from her real book description. So this was posted on July 19th, 2015 by Amazon. And, you know, I don't even know if this ranking is correct, but, and then I see Ann Coulter did actually write a review that said this was not her book. So I'm just wondering, I know that Amazon is very, very strict on self-publishing books. To me, there's no way that they wouldn't catch this, and I just feel it had to have come from inside Amazon. And I'm not sure why it's still up there, actually. So, very interesting. Hope it gets solved. Please do not buy this book. It is not her book.